Hello everyone and welcome to the Void Between Reality and the Land of Heckin' Nerds. My name is Brian, aka He of the Void, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime. And yeah, I had been wanting this figure since the minute it was announced. This is my first Commander Class figure, and it is one heck of a Commander Class figure to lead off on for me. And this was a adoption day gift from my parents. Love you, Mom and Dad. Just wanted to use that opportunity, the fact that this was an adoption day gift, to say there are thousands of kids in the system right now looking for a loving home, and every child should know a loving home. And if you can find it in your heart to open your home to a child in the system, please do. You would be a living hero to all of one. But getting into this figure, a lot of reviewers I've seen have basically called this the second coming of Primus. And yeah, it's pretty close. This figure is, while I do have a couple issues QC wise and various little other tiny things, like the size. This is about the size of a Voyager class figure, but that is made up by the goodies you get in the box here. Other than that, this figure is kind of perfect. It is just, you can tell that Studio Series got a budget to make this thing right. And they did, other than the few little problems I have with it. But those problems are just me kind of nitpicking. And yeah. First of all, we will give you the customary look at the noggin. And yeah, it's just Optimus Prime's head in it. Yeah, it's just really good head sculpt. I do kind of wish for a $90 figure you got light piping, but oh well. As for the look of the figure, other than my main problem here, let me just raise this a little bit, is the backpack. I do wish they could have made a cleaner back, but oh well. Other than that, the look of the figure is great. Just the fact that there's not a ton of paint here doesn't actually bother me all that much, because this guy is super duper posable. So as you're playing with him, like, I can't keep my hands off this figure. As you're playing with him, the paint's not going to scratch, which is nice. But even without the paint, this figure looks bright and vibrant, very much looks like he stepped right off the screen. The looks of the figure, I can't really knock anything other than the backpack and the fact that these smokestacks are really loose. Even though they're supposed to peg into place, they really don't. This is just kind of to get things out, to be able to get them out of the way so you can pose it better. Unfortunately, one of the big QC issues with this figure is that the bottom of the heels is on the wrong way. So these are actually upside down. The silver part is supposed to be out there, but it can be fixed. I'm not going to fix it because I don't want to risk ruining my figure by knocking pins out of this thing. Just something to be aware of. But it doesn't negatively affect the posability or the transformation or anything like that. It is simply cosmetic. But other than that, yeah, high marks. And in his chest, you indeed have a matrix chamber and the matrix of leadership. It is pretty much the Earthrise matrix. Give me a quick look at it. I do wish they could have made a different matrix, maybe one that even opened for the price you're getting. But when I get into posability, I'll show you something cool you can do with the matrix. I'll just keep the matrix out to the side for now. Speaking of posability, oh boy, you can tell a lot of the budget went into making this guy pretty dang posable. He doesn't have an ab crunch, which is my only complaint when it comes to the posability, because otherwise he is supremely posable. The head is on a ball joint, rotation at the shoulders. What's really cool, if you lift up the plastic a little bit on the back, or the little piece here, you can get the arms to come out, and they're on a really deep butterfly joint, which allows you to get into even better posability. And that's where the matrix comes in. It's a little hard to get the matrix into his fingers. By the way, the fingers are, this finger here can move independently, but these are on like a knuckle fold over. Do wish it had individual fingers, but oh well. But you can get him in the light your darkest hour sort of pose, which I do like. I do like the fact that you can do that pose. That is very cool. And I will just put the matrix back in here so I don't lose it, because it is tiny. And even, by the way, he even has molding detail in here. The reason it's not painted is the guy who was the lead designer on this said that the way everything hinges together and whatnot, the paint would scratch off. So maybe there's a way you can paint it yourself, but likely the paint wouldn't stay on. Come on. Can you get back on the peg, please? Sir, can you put your matrix back in? Am I putting this in wrong? Maybe I am. Okay, the matrix suddenly doesn't want to go in. Okay, we'll just leave that off to the side for now. Matrix suddenly doesn't want to go in. Great. But hinge at the elbows. His waist can go all the way 360. You got some hip articulation. When you get the side, the skirts out, he can kick all the way forward and all the way back. And he can do the splits. A very nice, you can do, if you had two of these, you could do the, what is it, the Jean-Claude Van Damme, the most epic of splits. For those internet boomers, you might remember that. Swivel here. A very deep, deep bend at the knee. And you do, I didn't think it had it at first, and it does kind of require you to get in there, but he does have a very nice and very deep ankle pivot, which is nice. I do very much appreciate how deep that pivot goes. And yeah, as you can see, he is incredibly posable. You can tell a lot of the budget went into posability, which I do really appreciate at this price point. So now we can bring in the trailer and show you all of the goodies inside the trailer. So first you just pop this open, and then boom, you have his little battle station. Roller, at first I didn't think roller here pegged in, but he actually pegs in at the front instead of the back. So, but it is nice that he pegs in. I do appreciate the fact that he pegs in. And then you'll notice, I'll raise the camera a little bit, look at all them goodies. You get an axe, some blast effect parts, a gun, and I'll first show you the gun and the axe on Prime, and then we'll get into the rest of the base. Put the roller over there. So, the one problem I have with the gun is the way the hands are made. He does have a hard time sometimes holding onto the gun, which of course he'll hold onto it perfectly when I'm on camera and trying to demonstrate problems with the figure. For the axe, just you have to transform his hand. So you'll just open that up, make sure all the fingers are as close into the hand as possible. And you snap that together, and then you can have him with his Energon axe, and I do think that looks very nice. As for the trailer, as you saw, oh, and of course, you can take one of these two included blast effects from the base, and you can slot that on the top or at the tip of the rifle. And that does look very nice. I do like how that looks. Always love a good blast effect part. Roller, I wish Roller was blue. He might have been silver in the movie. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I do wish he was blue, as you know, most rollers are. And they also, this base also comes with the little repair drone, and he has a claw and a little antenna, and you can take that completely off, and you can peg that onto Roller. And I do think that looks pretty cool. And Roller can even pull the trailer. You just plug it into the top of Roller, and Roller can pull the whole trailer along. I think that's cute. And as you saw before, you can also stand the trailer up, and you can get, I'll just pull the camera up in a second. You can get a very nice repair bay look. I do like that. My one major complaint with the trailer is, while it does have a lot of sculpted detail, I do wish the trailer had some paint on the inside or some stickers like, you know, the other Prime trailers tend to do. Again, this is a $90 figure. I do feel like they might have cut some corners on not having paint for the molded detail. It's a nitpick, but just something I kind of wish they had done. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and snap the trailer closed. Oh, first we'll put Roller back in his little cradle here so he doesn't fly away. We will snap up the trailer and move that to the side. And now it is time for transformation. The transformation matches more of an MP44 style Prime than other, like maybe MP10's version. So first things first, close up the hands. Make sure the fingers are all the way in so that you can open the arms here and move that inside and snap that closed. And then we're going to take this and turn that 180 degrees around and just fold up the arms like so. Next, we're going to come to the backpack. We're going to unfold the backpack, and we're going to lift the arms up and open these little tabs here, which will give us the ability to pivot things in a minute. And then we're going to come down here and take this little butt piece and fold that between his legs. Next, we're going to open that panel up, open these panels up, and then you're going to come down here to where this is, and you're just going to fold those so it lines flush against everything. Next, for the head, we're going to take the head and fold this all the way down. Oh, first, his antennas can move, so you're just going to move those in a little bit and then slide the head in. And sometimes it does take a little force to get everything to line up properly and flush. And then we'll just move this little piece down. Next, we are just going to take this whole section and move it around like that, and then just move this section around like that so that everything faces forward. Then we'll come back to these sections and we will fold them in. So these little tabs will fold in. Next, we're going to come down here and flip up the fake grill like that. Then these pieces are on a double hinge, and we will slide them in so that they fold flush together, like, come on. Come on. There we go, like that. Then we can take the arms and we can fold them in, and they're gonna peg in to this piece and then in here. So we can fold the arms in, swing this part around. That will lock into place there, and that will lock into place here. Same on the other side. And the smokestacks will constantly get in the way. Come on, peg in. There you go. Like so. Then we can take this section, make sure these are folded out, and just fold that down, and then open up the grill and push that up like so. Am I missing something here? Why don't you want to go flush? Ah, there we go. Make sure that is flush to the body. Just make sure everything is, these like to come on pegs sometimes. Make sure everything is nice and squished in. Then you're going to come to these sections and fold them up. Why don't you want to peg it? There we go. Like that. Do the same on the other side. Open this and fold that up like so. And then you have him in his Gerwalk mode. Every good Prime should be able to do a Gerwalk. Next, you're going to come down to these sections, or to the legs. You're going to open the panels on the front, like so. And then you're just going to swing them around, and they will peg into place here, which will give you access to the wheel sections. Then you're going to come down to the feet, and there's little sections on the feet here that you're going to flip out, and that will be the connections to slot the legs together. Sometimes a little easier said than done, which will then allow you to collapse the feet. I said will allow you to collapse the feet. Thank you. Like that. There you go. Then you can go ahead and peg these in, and you're going to unpeg the waist section up like that. And then you're just going to take this section, and that will peg in the sides of the wheels here. It's on a double hinge. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get in. Is it in? Yep, that's in. Then you're going to come down to the legs, or this section of the legs. You're going to this is sort of slotted in. You're going to slot that out, turn this section around, and then there's a peg here that's going to go into the hole on the leg. And then this little peg will just, this little peg here will just kind of slot in, or just kind of rest there. Same on the other side. Like so. Then you'll fold out the wheels like that. And then these, yep, these panels will open like that. And then they will slot into little peg holes on the side here. Just squish all that together. That will lock in the cab to the rest of the body. Just make sure everything is nice and squished. And there you go. There you have Optimus Prime in his truck mode. And I do like this truck mode. It's a good truck mode, especially when you bring in the trailer to complete the look. And yeah, admittedly, that looks pretty cool. Now, I know some people had a point of contention with the fact that there's no blue stripe. The blue stripe was actually not in the animation model. That was added for the toy, so I'm not mad about it. I'm sure Replo labels or something like that will have a set with the blue stripe if that is a sticking point for you. Now you can bring in the other two accessories that it comes with. It comes with these little thruster pieces, which can slot onto the front, or the little red piece down here. Oop, as they fly everywhere. Come on. There you go. Like so, and that just kind of shows him like as he's about to transform, because he would, you know, he would push a thruster up and it would shoot him into the air and then he would transform. And I do think that looks kind of cool. And when you're not using the thruster pieces, you can come down to the trailer and unpeg this little section, and you can just put them in here in his little secret stash warehouse thing. Sometimes it's easier said than done to get them lined up. His little secret stash. Oop. In the trailer. As these. Oh yeah, right. You're supposed to take these because they're in two pieces. Hey, now you can slot that up. All right, let's go back to robot mode, and then we will, or I will give my final thoughts on the figure. First thing, we're just going to unpeg these pieces here. Then we will take the wheels and fold them in, followed by taking these ports, rotate that around. Sorry about that. And you will slot those right up into the legs as such. Then you'll take this red piece and fold that out, split the legs and bring them up like that. Fold out the feet. Slot these little pieces in. Stand the figure up. Then take the doors right here and just slot them over and close. Then we come up to the cab. We will fold in down these pieces like so. And then open up the grill like that, and just kind of fold these out of the way. Oh, and for that, open up the grill, fold that piece in, and then close that back up. Pull the arms out and just put them over the sides so that we can take this centerpiece. And sometimes you have to take the whole chest. Oh, first things first. Fold up these these panels here. Then you can slot, oh, I'm sorry, I'm missing steps. Take these parts and just double hinge them out like that. And then fold that piece. And then you can turn, why don't you want to come on? Why don't, oh, that's why. You can turn everything around and reorient everything. And push those panels back in. Come to the back of the figure. You're gonna push the head around like so. Then you can come back here, fold up. Oh wait, never mind, hold on. You're gonna fold these pieces in like that. Then you can segment these pieces in, take this piece and double hinge it over like that. Why don't you want to sit flush? Okay, what's going on here? Oh, okay, I know what I did. Then you can peg that in like that, so that's connected. Move the smokestack, straighten out the head, turn the arms so that they're facing forward, and then you can open up his forearms and slot out his hands. I always forget what orientation these go out in. There we go. Like that. Just slot that into place. And there you go. There you have Studio Series 86. Oh, and of course, fold his butt flap up. Now you have him back in his robot mode. Final thoughts on the figure. Yeah, it's great. It's one of the best primes they've ever done. Legitimately one of the best primes they've ever done. The one thing that's going to turn a lot of people off is the price. It is $90. Right now, if you absolutely have to have it, go get it. If you have the funds to go get it, go get it. But also remember right now that Earthrise Prime is starting to see shelves again, and so is Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime. So those are a lot cheaper than this. If you want to get one of those and then wait for this to go on sale, that's completely valid. But for anyone that has the funds, anyone that's been able to find this, get him. He's fantastic. He is a great figure. Definitely going to be on my year-end list. Don't worry about that. And my year-end list will be on Monday the 30th, which is the last Monday of the month and the last Monday of the year. And you'll just have to tune in to see how high he scores. So yeah, there you go. There you have Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime. He gets my highest recommendations, depending on your funds at the moment. And yeah, I'm asking you to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all of my links down below for all the places you can find me and support me. And until next time, remember, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Be curious, be playful, and above all else, be kind. And I will see you next time.